Some of the best stuff going on in recovery is going on at Powell. No guests, no special story today. Just information for you in the first segment. And then after that, looking at the news stories.
Open my heart to sing, taking the darkness inside, revealing your light, restoring hope. Open my eyes to see the world through different eyes, revealing your light, restoring hope.
4 minutes after the hour, Restoring Hope Live on a beautiful Monday afternoon. If you're listening to us live on 99.3 or on the webcast, we sure appreciate you. We know there's lots of choices. I think Ellen's on right now. No, she's on next hour. But there's lots of things you can do on television and on computer and radio, and you chose to tune us in today, and maybe that was a God thing. Maybe he just has a message, a now, as I like to call them, a nugget of wisdom that perhaps only he can deliver through the radio today. I don't know what it is. I have no wisdom. But maybe there's something that Lila will say. She's pretty wise. And that'll help you today with something you're struggling with. So we're going to cover the first segment of the show today with some stuff going on at Powell. And then later on, some of the top news stories and some real weird stuff going on. Some real weird stuff with this Freedom of Religious Act, which is in Indiana, is voted on in Arkansas. It's going to hit all 50 states, especially those states that have Republican governors. But we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to open up the phone and give you a chance to give me some feedback. So, Lila, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Now, I know you. We go to the same church, and you were at the Easter service. Do you remember Matt Baird? You know who he is?
Oh, yeah, the guy that sang?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, and I guess he's the one that sings our song. And I was so glad you told me that because my husband was crying when he was singing.
Yeah.
It was just so powerful. And I looked over, and Jim has these tears, And then I was glad you'd told me that before because I wouldn't have ever connected the two. Yeah,
Matt Baird, who is a national artist, very successful artist, lives here in Des Moines, artist meaning musician, singer-songwriter is what he really is, okay? He is part of a band called Spoken, which is a contemporary Christian band, and he also does some indie work, meaning independent work. And I asked him to write and compose and perform the Restoring Hope, which you just heard. But he also performed at all 11 services at Lutheran Church of Hope this weekend. Are you talking about the last song that he did or one with just the guitar?
When he came out, when he first came out, yeah. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, and for those of you that were listening that don't know who we're talking about, if you go to, just go to YouTube and go to Matt Baird. Baird, and you can get some of his performances at Hope over the years. I'm sure if the webcast is up from our Easter services, you could watch him at the end. He and Kim, and I think it's Matt, did that trio at the end with the song and the rose petals falling from the sky. And God has just blessed Matt with this incredible capacity to take ideas and concepts and turn them into a song, as well as what a singer! What a singer!
Oh, it was so powerful.
He's almost a soprano.
Yeah, and it's not like anyone else's.
No.
Hey, when you just said he was an
independent.
Okay, but is that what that always stands for?
Yeah, in music, if you get an indie, that means they are independent from one of the big record labels.
Oh my gosh, I thought it meant Indian.
No.
I've always thought that.
Yeah, and like Ty, if he ever made a film, he probably wouldn't have the support of a big movie theater or not theater, a big movie company. But so he would probably distribute it through an independent, or an indie. And you've heard of Sundance and some of those. Those are all independent movie.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, John Householder, Mike's oldest boy, just did a 30-minute film on anxiety. And
you're kidding?
Yeah, talked about anxiety and interviewed different people. And
what's it on? I want to show it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. It's in editing, but he's going to come on the radio here sometime here in the next year or so when the film's over.
Oh, cool!
But that would be distributed in what we would call the independent. Yeah, no, not Indian. And see, if you thought it was Indian, then you'd have to ask Dot or Feather. So that's just way too many roads to go down. All right, he is risen. He is risen indeed. What a great day. I don't know how your Easter weekend was, but I don't How do you describe to somebody who doesn't have the Holy Spirit what Easter weekend feels like? Is it maybe their wedding weekend? Is it, I don't know, but it's just an incredible feeling. They estimated over 30,000 people came through Hope and all of our different campuses, and we had almost 20,000 at the downtown or the West Des Moines campus. So what a great day. What a great day. What a great day. But this is not that kind of show, so let's talk about Powell. First of all, we've got the big banquet coming up, which is our annual alumni fundraising banquet.
Yep, and that's going to be Saturday, April 18th.
Yep.
And it starts at 5. I guess I was thinking it was 5:30, but 5 to 6 or 5 to 6:30 is the auction.
Yep, the silent auction.
And then after that is the program and dinner and the whole thing. Like most things that practicing recovery people, things are over early. So, you'll be out of there by 9 or 9:30, which is good.
Yeah, and happy hour consists of caffeinated or decaffeinated coffee or tea.
We do have to order 10 times more coffee at an event like this.
Oh, yeah,
than normal, because that's what most of the people drink.
Yeah. And for those of you who either have no alcohol or drug issues, or you can't imagine people getting together and having fun without that type of stimulant, we have a ball.
It is so much fun, first of all, to be in the presence of 750 other people that are on the same track you are. That everyone's trying to live in recovery, and just to see people dressed up and want to have a good time is really cool.
Yeah. It's a good time. Tickets are $25, and that includes your dinner, which is always a awesome dinner, and dessert and salad.
Yeah.
And rolls and butter. Lots of butter. And Bill Moyes? No.
William Moyers is the son of Bill Moyers.
Yeah.
Is going to be the speaker. He's from Hazleton.
Yep. His dad, of course, a longtime journalist on television, and he's going to talk to us about his experience with hurts, habits, and hang-ups in his life. So that'll be the 18th, which is a week from... No. Is it a week from this week? Yeah, no, it's a week from this Saturday. Man, time goes by when you're having fun. And so that's it. Now, you've also got some new support groups that have started.
Yeah.
Aftercare.
Yeah, I'm in charge of aftercare, and part of my goals this year was to grow the program. And to me, the only way to do that was to go out. We now have them at Lutheran and at Methodist West. But it's just like meetings. In order for people to come, you want to have them close to where people live. We have a lot of people that come from outside of Des Moines, like Ankeny. We have them coming from Ames and Boone, and south we have Ottumwa and Indianola. We have them coming from all over. And those people generally do not come once treatment's over. And aftercare is such an important part after you're done with treatment. So any place where Unity Point is, if they have offices in any towns around here, I'm going to be looking into starting an aftercare program in those areas.
Oh, so if Boone has a Unity Point center, which I'm sure they do, you'll start an aftercare there.
Yeah.
Aftercare, who's included, and is anybody excluded?
Yes, the people that are included, if you've gone through Powell treatment, it's just the next progression when you're done. You go through regular treatment, which lasts about 28 days, and then you go to continuing care, which is once a week for 8 weeks. And then the next part is aftercare. And you can do it. We suggest that you do it for at least 1 year. But we have people that have been coming for 30 years.
Now, are these open meetings, meaning can anyone walk in off the street?
No, you have to be signed up. And if you didn't go to Powell, you went somewhere else for treatment. Like we have a lot of people, like when people finish Hazleton will call us, and then we'll get them in our system, and they'll do aftercare. So most places tell you it takes about 90 days to really get into a new way of living. And what happened, insurance doesn't pay for 90 days of treatment. So you have 1 month of treatment, and then some people just walk out and think that they've got it. And this keeps you accountable. You come to these groups. Now, if you've relapsed, it depends how bad the relapse is in these groups.
You mean there are relapses that aren't so bad?
Well, it could be one day.
Oh, okay.
You
I
know,
see.
and they just slip
right.
that one day, and they're right back on track, and they've got their stuff together, and they're ready to go on.
We had a young lady in one of our meetings who, for whatever reason, decided she was going to drank on a Friday, or drank on a Thursday. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Drank
yet.
on a Thursday, and she didn't get that buzz and that high. So she said, well, this isn't any fun. Why do I want to go back to drinking? So she went out and bought another bottle and tried it on Friday. Didn't get the high again, so she came back to the meeting on Saturday. And that doesn't usually work with people. That's not a good plan. But what a blessing for her. She was looking for that buzz, that high, and she didn't get it, and she did it twice. So she came back into the program. You know, I think that's pretty special. So, and if they want to sign up for one of these aftercare, call you or call 263-2424 Powell and talk to Lila. And if you, now tell me if this is a correct statement. So there's somebody listening in Boone. Mm-hmm. They didn't go through Powell, but they'd like to be a part of an aftercare program, and they wouldn't mind leading them, being a part of them. Do they need to go through Powell or Hazelton or something like that to be a leader?
It kind of depends who it is.
Okay, so they could contact you.
Yeah.
Especially
I would
one of the little
rather
town...
I would like them to be in some 12-step program.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have to be speaking the same language.
Yeah. So maybe they could just come and go to some meetings with you for a quarter, and then you get comfortable with them and train them on some of the stuff. Okay. Because I know there's a lot of people, especially in surrounding communities, especially within the Christian community in those small communities. They don't know where to go. They just don't, they don't feel like they fit into a regular 12-step meeting, and they'd like something a little more spiritual. And Aftercare is a wonderful program. So 263-2424. Talk to Lila. And she can get you in on that. Now, I know Annie's not here, but talk to us a little bit about this new program for the youth.
Well, it's going to be on hiatus right now until fall. But it's the adolescent program.
Okay.
And it's for high school kids, basically, that need help, need treatment. And Annie is the perfect person for that because she got sober as a teenager herself. Yeah. So she totally understands where teenagers are coming from. And then we also started an aftercare program for adolescents and young adults. So from about 16 to people in their 20s, we have an aftercare program. So if they finish treatment, then we have an aftercare program for them. And the kids that are in charge of that are in their 20s and have been sober a few years. So it's not like, I just felt like there was a need for these, I call them kids. Anyone that's younger than 50 is a kid to me.
Yeah.
But they needed an aftercare group with kids their own age, because you can imagine. I just know when I was in high school, anybody that was, 20, even if I was 17, someone that's 20 was ancient, and when you're 20, someone that's 30 is ancient. And they just kind of roll their eyes when they're in a small group of people that are, married, they have children, they have a totally different life than what they're leading. Yeah. So we've started this aftercare group for young kids that all have things in common with each other. And it's going really well. They love it, and they love the new facilitators are young as well. Good.
All right. So once again, if you want information on those aftercare programs or the youth programs, what do you call them?
Aftercare?
Annie's program?
Oh, well, Annie's are it's the adolescent group. But
adolescent.
Then we've got an adolescent aftercare program. Also. We've also just started, just right before I came here, I signed some papers to start a nurses group.
Really?
Yeah. And then I also have one for people that have, it's a women's group for people that have relapsed a lot because of their anxiety and depression. Mm. And so I've started an aftercare group for them because they needed something more than what they were getting just out in a 12-step program.
Any information you require on the recovery programs, any questions you may have, for heaven's sakes, call us. You can call Powell at 263-2424. That's area code 515. You can also just call me personally. You contact me. You know how to get a hold of me. There's 100 ways to Sunday. My cell phone is not private, and I'll be glad to talk to you about that. Lila, thanks for coming in today.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
When we come back, I'm going to want your phone, your voice on this radio station, as we're going to talk about the religious act that they're trying to pass in Indiana. Coming up next.
A father who is headed toward another heart attack. A woman who struggles daily with diabetes and her memory. A boy whose headaches keep him out of school. A mother who one morning discovers a lump. A girl whose condition defies diagnosis. You come to us because you need answers, but you also need more. You need understanding of what you're going through. You need comfort. You need to be treated as an individual, not a condition. You need to be included in your own care. You are the point of everything we do. That's why we're changing to Unity Point Health. It's a model of care that will help us work better together, where the physician who knows you best takes the lead, coordinating your care through every step, from the hospital to specialists to rehabilitation to health services in the home and in the community, to making sure the treatments are effective. By working as a team, we surround you with care, helping you manage your health and your conditions, guiding you to making better choices and living a healthier life. The point of Unity is you. Unity Point Health.
Hey, psst. Let me let you in on a little secret. You ready? Always try to do business with people, not places, especially if you seek honest Christian business people. And when it comes to my car, I really need to trust who's working on it. Now, my family is so blessed. A few years ago, we found a family-owned automobile repair shop that operates as a Christian business also. Open, honest, reliable, trustworthy. It's AMCO on Hickman Road in front of Kmart, and it's a family-owned Christian operating business. This family treats your car as if it was their car. Everything from oil changes to transmission repair and everything in between. So the next time you feel the need to be at peace with your choice of who you can trust with your car, give AMCO on Hickman a chance.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can return the grandkids, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We'll help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
If you sit in the back pew or the front pew, it's your voice we want to hear. The phone lines are open, so